The internet is not full of the smartest people, is one way to put it. Especially on sites such as Twitter. Today I've got a story, a confidential story, as in I'm not going to say the names of anybody to prevent harassment and stuff. So this is about, it's a tweet about Fallout 76 on Twitter. So the story starts with Fallout tweeting, and this guy immediately after tweeting, the immediate minute Fallout tweeted, they were just tweeting something. It wasn't even related to, like, it wasn't even related to bugs or anything. It was just a bit of enjoyment, the tweet. But this guy came and he immediately said, "Awful game." That's all he said, was "awful game." And this gets a lot better, trust me. So let's move on to conversation one, because it's going to take a while, so I want to speed things up a little bit. So conversation one. I said, "Nobody wants to see unnecessary hate. We know the game's not the best, but it doesn't mean you need to get to a new tweet within 1 minute and hate on it. You don't. You shouldn't. If you don't like it, just move on. Like, maybe say, if you don't like a bug in it or something, or a feature, can you say, but you like enjoy the main game, then play it and say about it. But if you don't like, if you have some genuine criticism, say it. But if you don't like something, and you've never even played it, as this guy has, then you can't really you don't really need to come and hate. And it wasn't even a good hate, it was just awful game." Okay, so this person one, I'll call them, which is the person who said awful game. So he replied within 5 minutes and said, "Not the best is a huge understatement, but I doubt somebody with a Fallout profile picture would agree with me on that obvious statement." And that was because I had my old Twitter's profile picture, like my old YouTube channel's profile picture and stuff, which was Fallout related. But well, the channel's now changed, but I don't go on Twitter much, so I hadn't changed it yet. So I said, "I tried to stay positive. I would rather say not the best than a horrible dumpster fire." And then, I mean, I like to stay at least semi-positive, because I mean, half the time I look really depressed, so yeah. And then person one said, "If you have to try to stay positive, you should probably just accept that the game is a huge dumpster fire and move on with your life." So this guy doesn't get it. I have the game and I enjoy it. I don't play it all the time, but I enjoy it. And I'm not going to move on with my life because I'm playing it, obviously. You're the one who should really be moving on with your life. You should just accept the game is bad and you don't like it and move on. You shouldn't be like, there's no need to just make it so that people are enjoying it. I was going to say make it worse for people that are enjoying it, but you're not. You're just saying something on the tweet. That shouldn't affect people's enjoyment. And then I said, "I know it's bad, but when I boot it up and play it, I have fun for the most part. I was just trying to say, if you don't like it, then there's no point of commenting on a tweet unless it's telling them about a bug or something. Just leave it and ignore it and play something you like." That put an end to conversation one. Okay, so conversation two was started by cool guy one, I'll call him, because this guy, like, he made it. So, awful comment is what cool guy one said. Then person one went onto this guy's profile and found out how many followers he had. And he was like, "Awful amount of followers." And then I said, "Awful profile picture. I love nitpicking about something completely unrelated, don't you just? Also, I know my profile picture is worse than nylon bags," obviously a reference to the bag gate. So that's one potential insult gone. And then he said, this is where it starts to get much better. "My profile picture is objectively fantastic, based off the fact that it is high res and very accurate to my persona. I nitpick when people respond with stupid tweets like awful comment. That's just the way life is." And I said, "Class awful game is a stupid tweet." And then he said, okay, this guy is full of some weird thoughts. So where someone replies, Not really. It's a fairly accurate opinion. So this guy's opinion is scientifically accurate, apparently. The game is awful, and regardless of your anecdotal experiences with it, I actually had to search that up because I didn't know what anecdotal means. It's not really something I keep in my head. Experiences with having fun on the game has a myriad of issues, which classify it as awful. So, my opinion. So he's basically saying anecdotal is basically lying based on your opinion. So he's saying I'm lying about having fun because I like Fallout, which no, that's not true. I like Fallout. I love the lore and I love the style of it. That's the reason I play it. I love the style, the whole 50s style. That's one of the main reasons I play it. But I actually genuinely do enjoy this game, and apparently my opinion has so many issues. Well, the game has issues. Yes, the game has a lot of issues. And no, it doesn't classify it as awful. It classifies it as bad. I wouldn't say awful because a lot of people do enjoy it, and it may only get 50% on Metacritic. But I mean, it's still 50%. 50% of people still enjoy it. So, well, not 50. Well, you know how Metacritic scores work. And then I replied saying something that broke, and that my reply didn't work, so I replied saying, I just made an anecdotal reply. Your opinion is accurate to your opinion, not mine. Opinions are opinions, we all have different opinions. Yours isn't correct, nor is mine. Nobody's opinion is correct. And that's true, nobody's opinion is correct. Your opinion is not correct, my opinion is not correct. Nobody's opinion is correct. You may think it's correct to you, but not to everyone else, or some people. But you know what I mean. And then he said, an opinion is an opinion, but there are such things as bad opinions. For example, claiming that the universe was created by a naked 4-foot black guy named Jimmy is an opinion. There isn't factual evidence on how the universe was created, but it's a bad opinion because of the state of the opinion itself and how the likelihood of it is so low. And then he said something else, I can't remember what he said. He privated that reply he said after that. It was nothing important though. No, this is not an opinion, this is kind of a theory at most. You could say that this, Jimmy guy is kind of a theory, but it's not, it's just a joke, it's more of a joke. And yes, there is sort of factual information. The Big Bang is kind of like the leading theory, and there's scientific evidence to back it up. Yeah. And it's a bad opinion. That's not an opinion though. You don't know what an opinion is. That's a theory, and it's a bad theory because of the theory has a low likelihood of being true. And yeah, it's really low, it's got a really low likelihood of being true. But no, it's a theory, and it's a bad theory, a really bad theory. And then I just kind of gave up, because when he says something like that and doesn't know what an opinion is, I just give up and think, oh, he's like a 5-year-old commenting on Twitter. So I said, okay, I have things to do, let's just say you hate it and I think it's okay. Conversation 3, this other guy said, yeah, but if you played it. And person 1 said, don't have to, the Metacritic scores speak for themselves. And I said, no, this other guy, oh, okay. Oh, okay, I messed up on my script, sorry. Okay, so I said you can't hate it if you haven't played it. Most people, myself included, like the game, even with its flaws, which is true. A lot of people that play it like it. And then some other guy said, I can't remember what he said. He said, I got a refund. It's a hot garbage fire. I think something like that. And I said, okay, it's your opinion. I wasn't meaning to be rude. I was just saying, yeah, okay, it's your opinion. And then he said. And then this guy, this is where the thumbnail's coming from. Then this other guy said, Yeah, it's founded on something other than me likey Bethesda perfect company. Unga bunga. That's where the start comes from. And then I said, did I say for 1 second it wasn't valid? You just think I'm some idiot who will get angered by you calling me a fanboy, when it's you that's the idiot. You're just trying to make my life that little bit worse, because he was just trying to anger me, and that just makes my life a little bit worse. Well, not my life, but like my evening a little bit worse. It doesn't show how smart his opinion is, it just shows me that he doesn't like other people. If you're... I don't know. Maybe that's a bit far. Maybe he doesn't... he doesn't hate other people. Then he said one that had a lot of swears in it and stuff, and it wasn't at me, it was like, he was talking about how bad Bethesda is and stuff. So yeah, this is the conversation. But the one tweet that the person won, the main guy that commented the original comment, said, he deleted it, but I can remember it. He said something like, comparing, this is like saying, okay, so it was where I said you can't hate on it if you haven't played it, and he said, I mean, you can hate on it for its business practices, but like, you can't necessarily say that you will never have fun with it because you've never played it. And he was like, he compared it to heroin. He said, that's like saying you can't say heroin's bad because you haven't tried it. No, it's not. A game, people's opinion on a game and heroin are completely different things. Seriously, that's kind of sad that he's comparing it to heroin. Heroin. It's... And this, if I ever get monetization, this video will be demonetized, but it's not... We have scientific evidence that heroin is bad for you and really bad for you. There's no scientific evidence saying Fallout 76 is bad for you. Somebody tell me a study that people did on how Fallout 76 is bad for you to play. I don't know, this guy really, you meet some idiots online. Okay, so I've decided I'm not gonna, sorry about kicking the microphone. I've decided I'm not gonna go into the conversation because it goes on for ages and it's been unlisted, so maybe they don't want the conversation to be live. But it basically involved him saying that one person's not the brightest and the other ended up getting harassed by someone. I've not seen the comments that were harassing them, but they essentially ended up banning the person, which is why the comments are gone. So yeah, it was a big mess, and you meet some really idiotic people online, and I just like coming out as the one on top, and I think I have managed to in these ones, and I think the other person has. I probably should have left it earlier, but I kind of like arguing. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next Saturday.